Hey guys, welcome back to the State Champs studio for the State Champs High School Sports Show presented by Lawrence Technological University. I'm your host, Elizabeth Coon, and we're going to start today's show off with some basketball highlights.
I'm Chris Gorski on the west side at East Grand Rapids High School, where the Pioneers hosted Northview in a battle of the top two teams in the OK White. First quarter, Wildcats up one. E.J. Ryan's on the drive. He kicks it out to Parker Schwartz, and the bank stayed open late. He knocks down the three. Second quarter, tie game. Arjun Taylor finds Simon Newhouse down low. He gets the hoop and the harm. The free throw puts EGR up three. Just before half, Pioneers down four. Newhouse gets the putback, but before you can blink, E.J. Ryan beats the buzzer with the three-quarters court shot as Northview takes a 5-point lead into the half. Third quarter, EGR down three. Drew Caswell finds Will T. Winkle on the wing. The junior fills it up from beyond the arc to tie this one up. Later in the quarter, T. Winkle finds Newhouse on the backdoor cut. He gets the bucket and the contact. The senior led all scorers with 18. Fourth quarter, Northview down five. Ryans drives and kicks out to Schwartz. He knocks down another three. The senior led Northview with 16, and the lead is just two. But the Pioneers would pull away. Newhouse with the deep pass down court to T. Winkle. He gets the layup. He had 10 of his 14 points in the fourth quarter as East Grand Rapids goes on to win 54-46.
The West Catholic ladies were hosting Spring Lake in the OK Blue, sitting 2 games ahead of the Lakers. The Falcons came locked into this one. Second play of the game, Reese Pelega gets the ball on the wing, drains it for three, giving West a 5-0 lead. Minutes into the game, Reese had 16 points tonight. Just 20 seconds later, they get the possession again. It's sophomore Alicia Dykstra with a strong move into the paint. She lays that one up and in and had 14 points in this game. Here's Pelega again with the steal, makes a no-look pass over to Cadence Dykstra on the block for a pair more. She led the team with 18 points on Tuesday. The Falcons stay undefeated with a 65-23 win against the Lakers. OK Red leaders Rockford were hosting East Kentwood, who gave them a run for their money on Tuesday. Near the end of the third, the Falcons down by 9, but cut that to 4 with this take to the hole by Michaela Porter. Then to start the fourth quarter, East Kentwood gets the game within 2 as they get the pull-up and the foul by Tiana Day. But the Rams find easy rhythm here in the last quarter that the Falcons couldn't stop. Grace Lyons hits Sienna Wolf, who is wide open for the finish, making it 54-45. Lyons will then pounce on the defensive side of the ball. She gets the steal and the bucket, giving the Rams a double-digit lead. Rockford remains unbeaten in the OK Red with a 61-49 win against the Falcons.
Milford and South Lyon East, I really am impressed with the LVC this year in boys basketball. Kind of top to bottom, it's incredibly competitive, it's incredibly balanced. Milford has, if not the best player in that league, the second best player in the league in Sam Lewis, just a do-everything swing man, and they beat South Lyon East.
February is Black History Month, and State Champ salutes Detroit Martin Luther King head football coach Tyrone Spencer. Spencer, the 2003 King graduate, just completed his 7th season as head coach at King, in which the Crusaders captured their second straight Division III state title with a 56-27 win over Muskegon. Also during his time as head coach, King has won 3 Detroit Public School League championships, and he coached 2 of our Mr. Football champions. DeQuan Finn in 2018, who went on to the University of Toledo, in which he was named the MVP at the Quick Lane Bowl in December. Dante Moore, he was the first junior to win Mr. Football in 2021. He was also a finalist for the award this past season. He early enrolled in January to compete for the starting quarterback job at UCLA. Spencer has coached numerous players at King that have gone on to play collegiate football. State Champ salutes Detroit Martin Luther King football coach Tyrone Spencer. The wrestling state tournament is in full swing, and we've got all the highlights. Check these out.
I'm Chris Gorski on the west side at Byron Center High School, where the Bulldogs hosted Granville on the mats. We start at 157 pounds, where Cole Griffhorst gets the pin, putting Granville in the lead. Up next, 175 pounds, Max Harama wrestling on top for Granville. He gets them another pin as Granville opens up a 14-point lead. Good one here at 190 pounds, time ticking down. Bowden Hurley down 2, but he's able to score the reversal, sending this one to overtime. But in the OT, Landon Hunt able to score a reversal of his own on his way to victory as he pushes Granville's lead to 17. Next up at 215 pounds, Tim Clay shoots in and gets the takedown. He would go on to win his match as Byron Center starts to chip away at that lead. Moving on to the heavyweight division, Jackson Bovia able to turn his opponent over, and the freshman gets the pin, and Byron Center is right back in this one. But at 126 pounds, Joshua Vasquez gets the takedown on his way to scoring a tech fall, and Granville is able to come away with the win, 31-28. At Kelloggsville High School, where Grand Rapids Catholic Central took on Unity Christian with a district championship on the line. Starting at 132 pounds, Michael Wilson scoring the reversal on his way towards a tech fall, and Catholic Central looking good early on in this one. At 138 pounds, Nahum Crussell wrestling on top for the Cougars. He scores the pin, giving CC another 6 points. We go to 144 pounds, where Mason Hamburg scores the takedown on his way to victory, getting Unity Christian on the board. But at 157 pounds, Lee Braun is able to come away with the pin as Catholic Central remains in control of this one. And finally, at 106 pounds, Aiden Ringler scores another pin for the Cougars as Grand Rapids Catholic Central goes on to win the district championship. At Rockford Lanes, where the Rams hosted Hudsonville. Starting with the girls, Emma Colby leading the way for the Rams. She gets the late tap here on her way to a 2-game total of 434. On the Hudsonville side of things, we start off with Vix Moore, who finished with a 2-game total of 328. Next up, we check in with Gabby Jingles, who followed up a 201 game with a 178 to score 2 points for Hudsonville. Finally, Morgan Blau was on fire in Game 1. She bowled a match-high 276 on her way to finishing with a 458 total as the Eagles took the girls' match. Next up for the boys, Ferris Eldred set the pace for Hudsonville with back-to-back 200 games, finishing with a 443 total. Moving over to Rockford, Landon Stokeless also had back-to-back 200 games, finishing with a 410. Bowling anchor for the Rams, Tony DeLucia followed up a 233 with a 256 for a 2-game total of 489. But not to be outdone, Tyler Bachheim had it working today. He posted scores of 256 and 237 for a match-high total of 493 as Rockford picks up the win in the boys' match.
Hello everyone, Kara Lyles here. At Davison High School, great wrestling is considered a tradition. Great athletes, great teammates, state champions. And Josh Barr surely isn't one to stray from tradition. So what was it that first got you into wrestling?
It was my dad when I was around 5 or 6. He was a coach at a local youth club at Swartz Creek, which is a town over from here. And he used to always say I couldn't go with him to wrestling practice because I didn't wrestle. So one day I worked up the courage and I asked him if I could go with him, and he said yeah. But he kind of laid some rules out for me. If I were to start wrestling that season, I couldn't quit. I couldn't stop until the end of the season. That was a big thing with my parents, always making me finish what I started. So I went for a couple days and I really liked it, and I told my dad I wanted to wrestle that season, and that was pretty much the start, and I never looked back.
You've been a winner your whole life. You know, from my way till now, you've had so much success. But when was it that you realized that, you know, hey, I'm pretty good at this?
So I started at Swartz Creek, you know, the youth wrestling club there, and after a couple years, there was a popular club that was winning everything, Team Donahoe. My dad took me over there. It was really when I got to Team Donahoe that I realized that I wanted to be good at it, because I got there and I started getting my butt kicked, and it made me hungry as an individual and just motivated to, you know, not get my butt kicked.
Josh is a very self-motivated young man. He definitely leads with his hard work, his discipline. I wouldn't say he's necessarily the most vocal kid, but he's more of a lead by his actions type of young man. And he definitely embodies that. He's the type to wake up at 6 a.m., work out. Last year when he left the team state finals after beating the #2 guy in the nation, went home and worked out at 11 p.m. Just very untypical to see kids of that age be so self-motivated. And at the same time, he is a phenomenal teammate, right? Looks out for these guys, helps the young kids. So just a really, really, really mature kid beyond his years.
What does that feel like to know that you're a role model for so many of these younger kids?
It feels very good, because all my life, you know, I've looked up to people, and, you know, I always wanted to be one of those guys that people looked up at one day. So it's very warming, and I'm thankful to be in that position, and it helps kind of keep me on my toes, you know, because I know there's people always watching me, so I always got to be doing the right things, you know, I always got to be training hard, working hard, so I think it keeps me in check too.
So you are headed to Happy Valley next fall. Congratulations, by the way. But I want to know, what was it about Penn State?
The people. I visited 5 programs, and the people at Penn State stood out to me. They were people that I was able to mesh with very well. People, you know, I could spend time with off the wrestling mat. You know, people that had very similar religion, you know, beliefs to me and stuff like that. And my best friend Alex Facundo, he went to Davison. He's there now, and you know, that was a big factor in it as well. You know, seeing him, you know, just being happy there, and I know that me and Alex have very similar mindsets on a lot of things. So I know that if he was happy there, I was going to be happy there, and I just felt the most comfortable there. I'm
sure you're excited, you know, to get off to Penn State, but you've got some business to take care of here first. I mean, 3-time state champion. I'm sure you've thought about the 4-peat. What goes through your mind when you're thinking, I could be a 4-time state champion?
I just think of, you know, everything I've always wanted. You know, it's always been, you know, I didn't come into high school thinking I was going to be a 1 or 2-time state champion. You know, it's always been, you know, be a 4-time state champion, and I don't think I've really let myself, you know, kind of slip from that. You know, I've always wanted to be the best in everything I've done. I'm a very competitive person, so I think that it just kind of, it's business to me at this point. You know, it's what I think I should be able to do, and it's what I, you know, what I want to be doing. So I'm excited to do it, and you know, just keep on trucking along.
Entering its 26th year of excellence, applications are being accepted right now for the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's Michigan Male and Female High School Athlete of the Year Awards. Not everyone qualifies, so listen closely. If you are a recognized first-team All-State athlete in a sport or projected to be one this school year, if you have at least a cumulative 3.0 GPA, and if you have demonstrated leadership through the school or as a community volunteer, we want you to apply. 6 male and 6 female student athletes will be nominated, with each being awarded $1,000 of college scholarship money. The winners will receive $5,000 each. The 26th Michigan High School Athlete of the Year Awards will take place at the incredible Detroit Athletic Club in downtown Detroit the evening of Monday, June 5th, and streamed live on the State Champs Sports Network. Nomination applications will be accepted through Monday, March 6th, and this is important. You cannot be nominated if you don't apply. Download the application today at dacathleteoftheyear.com. That's dacathleteoftheyear.com.
I'm Elizabeth Coon here with the LTU men's hockey head coach, Coach Gaffney. Thanks so much for joining us.
Well, happy to be here. Always excited to be with state champs. Yeah, and excited to talk hockey.
Oh yeah, so from the beginning of the season till now, what's the improvement that you've seen since September?
Yes, improvements in many areas. We've got great leadership, returning players, but also a great freshman class. And probably in that latter group, the freshman class, both in our D1 and D3, they continue to develop right from the start of the season in a consistent manner. So they've added some great firepower, some great depth, and that's been just a great part of our season as far as development.
And you guys have 2 ranked teams, so what does that say about where the program is at right now?
Yeah, we're proud to represent Lawrence Tech. We're certainly proud of the hockey program, and currently our D1 team is ranked 15th in the country, and our D3 team is ranked 6th in the country. We're hopeful that those rankings will even improve on the next posting coming up in a couple of days. And I think we're really just one of 2 teams that can boast having both their teams in the top 15 nationally. So the guys are proud of their effort, and certainly the staff has been pleased.
And to wrap it up, what makes this team so special from the rest?
You know what, as a coach, it's a tough question to answer, because each group, each season, they're kind of all of our babies, so to speak, in the sense of you love them all. But they have just great energy as an overall group. They train together, they practice together, they know each other well. But I would say they have just really good energy. We always look for a strong compete mentality. This group this year is cultivating that very, very well. So it's a fun group, it's a focus group.
Well, thanks so much, Coach, and good luck the rest of the season.
Elizabeth, thank you very much.
We're not done just yet. We're going to wrap up the show with some more highlights.
OK Silver leader Calvin Christian at Godwin Heights Friday. The Squires won the first of 2 meetings weeks ago. Early in the fourth quarter, Calvin trailing by 2. Carson DeHaan hits the jump shot and earns the foul. He would make the and one to give the Squires the lead. Godwin would immediately respond when Damari Thompson finds Marcos Rodriguez for the floater. Wolverines taking back the lead. Later in the fourth quarter, Squires' Jack Ajuma goes between the legs, drives for the lay-in. Calvin gets the win over the Wolverines Friday night, 60-54. Hamilton continues to lead the OK Blue. Big hurdle Friday night as the 2-time defending league champs Unity Christian was in town. Early first quarter, Crusaders' Dylan Shaban gets the ball behind the arc, fires for 3 and gets it. Nothing but net for the first score of the game. Hamilton would answer right back with Brant Goodpaster over to J.D. DeGroot, who is wide open for the easy lay-in. Hawks trail by 1. Later in the first quarter, Unity passing gets it over to Colin Neuenhuis, who's open, shoots for 3, nails it. Unity gets the win, 62-48.
Well, that's all we got for this week, but make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms to stay up to date on all things high school athletics. We'll see you guys next week.
State Champs High School Sports Show is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. State Champs is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud partner of the MHSAA. Ice Mountain is the official spring water of MHSAA hockey. Nominate your high school for the Team of the Week at icerunsdeep.com. The Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's Athlete of the Year Awards. Applications being accepted now until March 6, 2023 for the male and female high school athletes of the year. Check out previous winners and download the application today at dacathleteoftheyear.com.